We're out back in the Blue Mountains today and going to check out this Kadumba area. As you can see, there's the campground. Well, it's an open area, but they use it for a campground. And I think there's an old homestead and that down there. I'll try and zoom in as much as I can. And Kadumba River. We're just going to go check out the area. Well, the weather is good. It's been raining. So we're going to check out the area. Never been down here before. I tried to come down a few weeks ago, but it was closed. So it's open now. And basically you just walk down the road that they got there. And you can actually see some of the road going down the side of the mountain here. We're at the parking lot here. And we've just got to walk down and around here, and down to the Kadumba camping area. We just want to check out here for our future research. That's why I'm here today. 10-point trail that will take you all the way through the middle of Jamison Valley, and you turn up at Lura. That's one that I wouldn't mind doing. It does say hard, but I would probably put it into 2 days where I'd camp halfway in. And if there's any Yowies going to be anywhere, it's going to be in the middle of the bloody Jamison Valley. So many big ass trees down here. They're massive. It's really good to see. You don't see many big gum trees like this all together. As we've walked along, I've noticed this trail camera here. So the national parks are watching you. One thing I do like about this hike, that you are covered by the trees most of the way once you start getting down. So even if it's hot, they're like a big umbrella, a natural umbrella for you to stay out of the sun. It's not until you start getting up near the top, the trail starts opening up a bit more. Here doing their thing. Yeah, it's really dry in these areas, and we're probably a couple of 100 meters from the Kadumba campground, and there's a place called Maxwell's Slab Hut. So we're going to go check out Maxwell's Slab Hut, the Kadumba River. I think we're just down here. I don't think we're too far away. Alright, this is called Maxwell's Slab Hut, but it's got Kedumba Hut. Here it is up here. It's about 100 metres in. We're going to just while we make our way there. I've been watching a young bloke down in Tasmania by the name of Rob Parsons, and that's the name of his YouTube channel, Rob Parsons. Check out his videos. He does a lot of bush bashing and going along the old hiking trails that were, up to 100 years old, and he does it tough. So if you want to check out some good videos of Tasmania and see the bush, check out his channel. And he has come across a few old huts like this in his time, so it's my turn now to check out the hut and see what it's all about. Okay, this is the hut. We'll go and just check out and see what the history is of the hut. The Maxwell's hut. A collapsed building, 1893. A separate building, possibly the original hut, also described as a former bedroom. The Kedumba Valley is associated with the 3 generations of the Maxwell family who explored, purchased property and lived in the area from the 1850s. Stockman William Maxwell was recognised for exploration of the area, having Maxwell tops named in recognition of his endeavours, and in later life settled in the Kedumba Valley. William John, his son, purchased the site in 1893 and constructed the buildings and lived there till his death in 1951. In 1925, William John and his wife Olive built a new slab cottage. It is a cottage which survives today. So this is from 1925. So in 2 more years it'll be 100 years old. William's son Jim sold the property in 1950 to the Kadumba Pastoral Company, owned by the Cleary brothers, Les Maxwell. The other son stayed on in Kadumba as caretaker. The Sydney Water Board acquired the property in 1992 and it was transferred to the Sydney Catchment Authority following its creation in 1999. So there you go, nearly 100 years old. So that there would have been the smokestack for when they had a fire. And you can just see here that there's a sprinkler system, so if a fire does come, there's one there and there's one over here to try and save this hut. Some of these boards, you can tell they're new, but you know, some of them, they're really old. So they're always updating and to keep it here. I don't think we can go inside, but we'll do our best to do a bit of footage and show you guys inside of it. As you can see, people have actually scratched a name in there, February 1954. A few different names that have been scratched in there. From their front door, you would get all this magnificent view from their front door. And there's a few campers down here. There's probably 10 tents and there's another 4 or 5 here, so that's the campground and the river. But what a fantastic view from this little cottage. This is another little awning they got here, little porch. There is actually a handle here, but I'm pretty sure there's a lock. Need the big skeleton key to get in. But there's another big room at the back here. Might try and film from the other side because there's a gap in the wood. Actually, there's a gap here, look at that. Got lucky. So pretty much this is a room and there's a door there and then there's that other room, so it's just like 4 quarters, so there's 4 rooms. Finally made it to the Kadumba River. Nice looking little river. It's right next to the campsite here where people set up their tents. There's probably at least 10 tents here. And Maxwell's hut. It's pretty much, you can see the roof up there. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the hut because of my gear's there, and I'll pick it up and we'll make our way back out. So yeah, just to say again, this was just a look around to see how hard the hike is to come in with a big pack. Doesn't seem too hard. It's probably harder on the way out. I'm not sure if there's any toilets down here. I don't think there is. I think you just got to go in the bush. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, and as I always say, always hike in thongs.